How is everyone? I have a needy baby dolly on my lap right now. I think I'm gonna put her down though. She's being awfully needy today. Oh my goodness, see? She doesn't even want to get down. How is everyone? I'm gonna wait a couple seconds for everything to pull up per usual, but once you see me live and you can hear me and everything is good, let me know in the comments and we will get going. Hope everyone is enjoying their Thursday. Okay, it looks like we are golden on the LinkedIn front. So when you guys are here, let me know, and I might attempt to put down Dolly. Actually, I will, because she's kind of a big girl on my lap. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me on my monthly LinkedIn show, Ambitious Outcomes, where the second Thursday every month I hop on live for you guys to share insights and experiences on what's working on LinkedIn so you all can better leverage LinkedIn. And we have so much to cover today. I don't know what just happened. Dolly just scared me there. I think she just jumped down. So when I am not creating content and going live with you all, I am working with my team at ModGirl and Luminetics to help enterprises better leverage LinkedIn through training, strategy, content, etc. And if you saw my reel yesterday, my new video reel, the first time I've ever done anything like that, I am now ramping up my speaking engagements as well. And training to help organizations and events, obviously all on the topic of the glorious LinkedIn. So if you guys know anyone who is looking for a LinkedIn speaker or trainer, I would love an introduction. If you know companies who are looking to better leverage LinkedIn, feel free to send them my way. I am happy to send y'all 15% commissions for 12 months. So it's a win-win all the way around. So you guys, there is so much happening right now. I have so many updates for you and like a giant list for you. Hey, Joe. Hey, Pavan. Oh, it popped up on the banner. Awesome, Joe. I noticed that the last couple of times I've done LinkedIn Live. That's what I'm going to talk about today. Some of this is creator mode, and curious if you guys have flipped creator mode on. So if you go to my profile, one of the new creator mode features that's really neat is you can see this LinkedIn Live on the background of my cover photo, I guess is what they call it. Hey, Tony. Hey, Dale. Thanks so much for hopping on. Yes, Tony, good to see me for real, huh? Awesome. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to get into several LinkedIn updates that I've been aware of and some things that are going on. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about what we've been noticing on our end with the data and some tips for you guys on what's working right now on the LinkedIn front. So feel free to comment and ask questions along the way. And then at the end, if y'all have any questions, I will answer them as well. So first of all, a couple of things. LinkedIn came out and said that they continue to see record engagement with overall sessions, which is up 29%, according to their latest updates. And which puts them at, they said around, 740 million users, but obviously it depends on how many are active, and there's different sources. So it depends on where you're looking. Some people say 25% are active. Other people say it's around 40%. So either way, the projected monthly usage count on LinkedIn right now is around 300 million or so. And then the average time spent sits at around 10 minutes per session. So just some interesting data for you guys, because they have noticed that content sharing is up 50% from the year 2020. And obviously they're noticing a big spike in usage because of everything that happened in the work at home situation that everyone found themselves in the last 18 months or so. So the numbers are still growing, which is awesome because there's a massive opportunity still for us, brands and individuals, to really grow an amazing presence here on LinkedIn. Because even though all this data is up, there's only a small percentage of users who are actually posting content. I think it used to be 1%, now it's like 3%, which is still minuscule compared to the monthly users that are active on this platform. So just a reminder, things continue to blow up on LinkedIn. There's still massive opportunities. So Speaking of, so LinkedIn obviously is a little bit behind the times when it comes to like the cool things that all the other cool kids are doing, like stories, etc. Well, apparently they're leveraging a new dark mode. You guys know what this is, obviously. The new, not new, I guess. I mean, this has been a few years now that all these platforms have a new dark mode, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. So LinkedIn is going to roll out their dark mode feature for desktop the end of, or by fall, I guess, this fall. So you'll be able to choose if you want your entire LinkedIn desktop app to be dark. I just thought that was interesting. I guess they tried it out in 2019 and then never did anything with it. So now they're a little behind the curve on this, but you know, they're gonna roll that out. Okay, creator mode. Let me know in the comments, do you guys have creator mode? So I talked about this last time and not everyone had access to it. Now I think almost everyone has access to creator mode. Will y'all let me know in the comments if you guys have access to this, and let me know. Hey Matt, thanks for hopping on. And let me know if you guys are leveraging this too. So creator mode is officially out. If you want to know, if you're not sure if you have it, all you have to do is go to your LinkedIn mobile app and go to your profile. And you literally should see a little box. Like when you go to your profile on your mobile phone, it should say if creator mode is on or off. Just click it to turn it on. And then when you do that, make sure you're adding hashtags. So like relevant hashtags that people would equate to you. So what do you talk about? What do you do for a living? So, you know, obviously relatable hashtags put in there, and then just kind of play around with it and see if you like the new look. But I'm curious of how many of you guys, does everyone have it? Really, Joe? You don't have it? I'm kind of surprised. Definitely a conspiracy. Oh man, that's hilarious. Hey, Joe Henderson. Steve, you don't have it either? Don't you have to have 30K followers? No, you don't, John. You don't have to have 30K followers. I know people with like 1,000 followers that have creator mode. I know people that hardly use LinkedIn that have creator mode. I don't even have 30,000 followers, and I've had it for quite a while. That's really crazy. I just assumed that most people had it. Huh, interesting. So a couple of interesting things about this though. I don't think you guys are like, OMG, like missing out, right? It's not like some amazing, incredible thing that's changing, you know, our LinkedIn experience. I mean, it is cool if you have it, like flip it on and check it out, but there's so many people that are like convinced that creator mode is decreasing their post reach and that their views are way down. I talked about this about a month ago and I noticed some weird things, but I am convinced that's not the case now, because we've tested it out enough that I think it's other factors, or maybe it's when you flip it on or something, like immediately, maybe the algorithm gets wonky, but I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't think that it's impacting things that much. I also heard people saying that their followers decrease from turning on creator mode, but honestly, I don't think that's the case. So Matt says, I'm losing sleep over this. Pavan says, what is creator mode? And Chris, okay, Chris, you have creator mode? Awesome. So creator mode is just a new feature that LinkedIn has to try to encourage people to post more. I guess it's supposed to reward creators. So it just switches some things up on your profile. It highlights your posts and your content versus your activity, and it puts some stuff higher up, your activity higher up on the feed. Hey Eric, creator mode, ringing hands. Sounds like I can become the Dr. Frankenstein of LinkedIn. Mwahaha. I love it, Eric. Yes. Yes, Dale, thank you. Creator mode is in the list below your dashboard. Good call. So check it out if you guys have it. Just keep me posted on that. Again, it's pretty cool. So I'm curious too, if you guys don't have creator mode, are they giving you the option to make a 30-second cover story? Or do you guys not have that option either? Because this is, so you can have a cover story now, a 30-second cover story, which is awesome. So when people go to your profile and they hover over your profile picture, they don't even have to hover over it. It'll play for like 3 seconds, and then you can talk for 30 seconds and kind of give people an intro about you and what you do. And so that's cool. But it's weird because I had that before I had creator mode. And even when I turned creator mode off, I still had that. So I'm curious, do you guys have that or no? It's so weird, like how different it is. Like some people have this, some people don't. It's really strange, but I'm curious, those of you who don't have creator mode, do you even have the option to make a cover story on the mobile app? If you go to your profile look at your profile photo. It should have like a plus sign where you can add a 30-second cover story. If you, it is okay, it's part of creator mode. Interesting, Jennifer. I thought it was, but it was weird because I switched Creator Studio off and I still had it. So, but if you guys, when you get access, and for those of you who have access to creator mode, I highly, highly, highly recommend you make that 30-second cover story. It's pretty impactful. Obviously, it allows people to get a little bit more into insights into your personality and what you do and how you can help them. So if you haven't already done that and you have the capabilities or the access to do that, please do that. Interesting, Vincent. Okay, Carolyn, you might not have it either. I'm so like surprised that so many of you, Steve says, can't even get approved for live. Well, that's harder than getting creator mode. So interesting. Okay. So I'm glad that you noticed followers gone up, Jennifer. That's awesome. So hers increased because the main action is follow. So that's something interesting too. When you do flip on creator mode, the main action is to follow you, not connect with you. So just keep that in mind too. But I've noticed my followers go up as well. So something else. Oh, awesome, Carolyn. You do have the option to make the cover story. I would do that then, for sure. Joe says, if only 3% of people are posting on LinkedIn anyway, the people that are creating now are going to be the only ones using creator mode. I'm not sure people are going to go from 0 to creator mode connoisseur. I know, right? That's why it's so weird, Joe, that they're not giving it to everyone who creates content consistently, and then they're giving it to some people who never create content. I don't think it's by choice. I think it's just rolling out, and I have no clue how to do that. Awesome, Matt. Good job. I'm glad you found it. Flip it on and let me know what you think when you check it out. So another thing, are you guys using LinkedIn stories? Because apparently I did not know that you could have the link option until someone messaged me and they're like, hey, why are you sending people to your profile when you can just do the swipe up feature on your story? And I was like, oh, good to know. I had to revamp my app though, update my app on my phone to get that. So like Instagram, you can now have the swipe up option for, you like how I'm like, animating that for LinkedIn stories. So are you guys using this? Have you noticed that? If you're leveraging LinkedIn stories, have you been using that swipe up feature? So I just realized this like a couple of days ago, which is awesome. So we've been doing that, which is pretty cool. Speaking of creators, Joe, since you mentioned this too, they apparently with creator mode, they're working on an incentive program to incentivize their top creators to post, even though their top creators don't all have access to creator mode. That's funny. So they are, hey MD, thanks for hopping on. They are trying to roll out some program that allows creators to monetize posting on LinkedIn. And they're also coming up with a creator marketplace, which is going to be similar to Fiverr in a way. So I've heard, but it's a marketplace where you can list your services. So that's interesting. And that's supposed to be rolling out. It's like they're comparing it to Fiverr. So I thought that was interesting. I'm curious like how this is if it's gonna be for everyone, if it's just gonna be for the creators that they're trying to incentivize. I'm not 100% sure. But have you guys ever used LinkedIn Profinder? Do you know what I'm talking about? LinkedIn Profinder that allows you to like add your services and people find you? Let me know. I'm gonna go back to the comments here. John says, when I updated my profile to show follow rather than connect, my connection request dropped severely. Any other people seen that? John, mine did too. Because a lot of people don't know that if you click the little arrow or whatever the heck that is next to the follow button, it'll drop down and you can click the connect button. But people that aren't super savvy with LinkedIn, they don't know that, John. So I noticed that too, but my followers went up. So it like kind of evened each other out. Actually, it increased my overall followers, but the connections definitely went down. I think that's just the nature of the beast, John. Like you're going to see that, but people who are savvy with it, like I still get connection requests because people go and do the drop down and hit connect. But people that aren't savvy, they're not going to know that. So let me know in the comments if you guys have ever used Profinder, LinkedIn Profinder. So it sounds to me like they might be, I don't know if they're going to be phasing that out and then coming up with their new version of their marketplace, but I thought that was interesting. So anyway, and then another LinkedIn update, which I posted about a couple weeks ago, is they are rolling out that Clubhouse-like feature called LinkedIn Audio Rooms, where we will be able to network via audio. So they're going to have audio rooms very similar to Clubhouse. So they have a ton going on right now, LinkedIn, which is awesome. and they just keep rolling out new things. So I'll be curious to see how all of this pans out, especially the audio rooms. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so a couple more things, and I'm going to get into some tips here. They added a new boost option for organic posts on company pages. So you know how on Facebook you can boost your post, which means it just essentially puts some advertising dollars behind it. You can now do that on LinkedIn on your company pages. So it's a quick like boost click, and then you can boost your organic posts instead of doing this entire ad campaign that's customized. Okay. John said he has not used Profinder. Okay, I have used Profinder in the past, and the leads were no bueno. So, you know, I'm just curious how this is all going to work, and I didn't know if anyone else had seen this too. A couple other people I talked to noticed the same thing, but yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Profinder, but maybe other people have had good success, which is why I was asking. Okay, apparently too, if you don't have a business page, let's say you have a business, but you don't have a company page, they have service pages now that they're rolling out that you can have from your profile. So they're called LinkedIn service pages, and they will be accessible through search and then also on your profile. And I'm not sure this is available yet. I don't think so. But they're also going to have reviews and ratings on these services pages, so people can go and leave you ratings and reviews based on your particular services. And this is all from your personal page. So I thought that was pretty cool. Chris says LinkedIn equals Microsoft's best software. Yes, but it's still very Microsoft-y. And the fact that they're a little late to the game on some things, but and a little old school on some things, but they're getting there. And obviously it's a business platform, so they're never going to be like a TikTok or Instagram anyway. Speaking of, let's get into what we're finding data-wise on what's working right now. So it's really interesting how these algorithms are favoring certain types of posts. So what we found in our data that is working right now when it comes to content, not videos, not text, not images. And what I mean by well, you guys, is views. Obviously, everything works amazing. Videos work great. Everything is great to build your brand. But what's getting the most views right now? Polls continuously get more views. And those PDF carousel posts where you upload a PDF and you can swipe through. Those are the only two types of posts that consistently get massive views when it comes to content on LinkedIn. This is from our data, from ourselves and our clients. And it's crazy because it's at least 5 times more views on polls and on these carousel posts versus regular videos, images, or text posts. Have you guys noticed this at all? Have you guys been posting polls? Have you been posting those slides? Let me know what you guys have found on that. But it's pretty crazy because my polls are getting anywhere from 30,000 all the way up to that crazy viral poll I did on the Krispy Kreme vaccine donuts that had 150,000 plus views. So, but my minimum polls is around 30,000, which is significantly more than my regular posts. And then my slides, which I've only done it a few times, and I say slides, I mean like when you upload PDFs and you can flip through them, that gets anywhere from 10,000 to 30,000 views. So again, pretty significantly higher than the other types of posts. And I find it interesting that the algorithm loves and is favoring those types of posts, but not so much videos, you know, which is like what they want people doing more of is video. But it seems to me like the videos are getting the lowest views. And so they're not horrible by any means, but it's just interesting what I found. Okay, Vincent says, I've used Profinder for resume writers and coaches. Results equal meh. Good to know, Vincent. Matt says, kids and dogs. What are you saying? Kids and dogs work well on the post types, Matt? What have you guys been noticing? Like, what have you seen that is working the best for you when it comes to content? Because our data shows over and over again that polls and those carousel posts are working really well. So I want you guys to know this information so you can go out and obviously test for yourself and create some of these polls and those PDFs. So it's pretty simple to do the PDFs, really, especially if you know Canva or really even like a Google Slides. What works well and is easy, if you guys want to test this out and you don't want to put a bunch of effort into like making fancy slides, just do some stats. So that's what I did the other day and it did really well, or last week, I think it was. And so I just went to Canva and I have templates already for this. And I just chose some stats that I liked that kind of stood out. And it literally took me like 5 minutes to go and write the stats in big fonts with the source and then with my branding, and that's it. And then I exported that from Canva to a PDF, and then bam, that's the post. And I'm not kidding you guys, if I would have just done one image that would have just been a stat only with that post, I guarantee you I would not have had 30,000 views on that post. I know for a fact I wouldn't have. But for some reason, when you put that slide in there, it considerably jumps up in views. It's really, really crazy to me. So, and you know what I've seen some people do too, is like manipulate it, and they've uploaded it as a PDF and it's only one slide. And I think it works. I swear it's something to do with the algorithm that they see that PDF being uploaded and they give more views to that. So if you guys want more views on your post, try this out because it works. So again, you can do, you don't have to do anything crazy. You can literally just slap some stats on there, or if you want to be, sneaky about it, try just like one, make it an image, but make it a PDF and see what happens. John said, short, funny videos seem to get quite a bit of interaction. Good, John. Good tip. Yes, they do indeed. Videos that have nothing to do with business is I think what you mentioned too. Or what Matt said, kids and dogs, right? So just like you mentioned, John, those short, funny videos that literally have nothing to do really with LinkedIn, those are getting lots of traction. So I talk about this often, you guys, but it's the power of diversifying your content and getting a good mix of personal content, motivational content, educational content. I mean, you have to be switching things up and testing things out. But when it comes to the types of content, those are working the best right now with views, polls, and carousel. But please do not think that video isn't working, because it's working like crazy. So video is what's driving myself and our clients, interactions and new leads and new clients, because people feel like they know you on video. So video goes a really long way. Even if your views aren't out of this world like polls, it's still going to get you further in the long run, because you're building that brand affinity and people feel like they know you. You're building that trust factor, etc. So, keep trying things out and switching things up. Speaking of, what did Matt say? Are you able to filter the polling data by users, geography, and industry role? No, Matt. I'm glad you brought that up though. So if you guys want to use polls for lead generation, thanks to Matt, I'm going to give you a couple tips here now. So one, use a poll that you can send to prospects or your connections to get their insights on that's related to your industry and what you do. So what you can do is make a poll, make it related to what you do, and then send it out to relevant people and ask for their one-click vote. Hey, Matt, I just posted this quick poll. I would appreciate your one-click vote on it. Thanks. Send them the link. Bam, done. It works really, really well. Then, based on what Matt just asked, you can go and you can look at, when the poll is over, leave it open for 2 weeks, by the way, because it gives you more time to send the messages out to people, because you're limited on how many messages you can send per day, just like connection requests per day. So if you want to use polls as a lead gen resource, create the poll, send a message. Hey, Matt, would love your one-click vote on this poll. Thanks. Then when the poll is over, go back and look at everyone who voted in that poll and copy it. So you're able to click on it and it'll pull up everyone who voted and their responses, and you can copy and paste that into a document. And then from there, you can go and have an assistant or someone help you put together who would make a good fit. So what I do is I have someone on my team go and look, and they click through those profiles and see who would make a good fit for us to continue a conversation and reach back out to. So to answer your question, Matt, no, you can't really look, as far as I know. If anyone else knows differently, let me know. As far as I know, you can't filter the poll results by geography and industry role, but you can get their names, and then it's a little bit more manual work, but it seems to work well. So that's just my tip on polls. Okay, so 3,000 character limit on posts, which I just mentioned the other day in my LinkedIn post. Have you guys noticed this? Have you guys taken advantage of the new expanded character count limit? So it was 1,300. Now it is 3,000 character limits, which is pretty awesome. So what do you guys think of that? Will you leverage it? When I asked this the other day on LinkedIn on why people think that they did this, a lot of people commented they think it's because LinkedIn is trying to gain more search engine real estate. In other words, they're trying to get more stuff to rank in Google. Well, and Bing and Yahoo, the other search engines, but primarily Google. They're trying to get more content to rank so they can get that prime real estate in Google. So if that's the case, then possibly Google will start indexing more of your posts if they are keyword heavy, aka longer form. And then also another thing here is LinkedIn's algorithm factor does consider dwell time. They call it dwell time, which essentially just means how long people are interacting with your posts. So this might help that as well. So we're not sure. I think Joe mentioned this in a comment, like what is the threshold? Like how many characters do they like, as far as the algorithm goes? Like, are they going to be favoring longer posts? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Personally, I think it's awesome. But I am a very wordy person. Like I could sit here on camera and talk to you guys forever. It's the same in my writing. I just go on and on and on, which is not good a lot of the time. So that 1,300 character limit kept me like on point, and it kept me condensing my thoughts into more manageable content pieces for you guys to read. Otherwise, sometimes you'd be like, what the hell, Mandy, just get to the point, right? So that and my amazing team that helps me condense my wordy thoughts into shorter form content. So I have to like be careful with this 3,000 character limit post, because I don't want you guys being annoyed with my content because it's too long, because it literally did keep me in check having that certain limit. So we'll see what happens. I'll try not to get too wordy though. That's a good point, Matt. Matt said, or more white space in between. Very good point. Maybe I'll try that. So less text and more white space or more emojis. And I don't think I'll do the emoji bit though. Oh man, that's funny. Okay. Eric said, 3,000 character limit is great, but I still say if you can do shorter and more impactful posts, do it. I agree, Eric, 100%. Some people add more verbiage to get better dwell times, but if the basic gist can be delivered in 1,300 characters, I say that's better. I do too, honestly, because at the end of the day, like we're not making content for the algorithms. We're making content for each other, for the community. And you want people to resonate with your content. And if you're just trying to game the algorithms and posting long form content that's boring and no one's gonna read, that's not gonna help you grow your business or anything, grow your personal brand. Like that's just not gonna help. So I am with you 100%, Eric, on that regard. So another thing, I'm not sure if Joe Arrigo, if you're still here, I have been hearing from so many people that their accounts are getting permanently banned on LinkedIn. Are you guys hearing this? Do you know anything of this? I literally have had multiple people in the last week email me from other people they know and asking if I can help get these accounts unbanned, I guess. So here's what's happening right now. And this is good for everyone to know, especially if you have the free version of LinkedIn, because I think it's happening more so on the free version of LinkedIn, although I heard people with LinkedIn Premium are getting banned too. So what's happening is that LinkedIn has this system in place where they're trying to get rid of all the spammers and all the people abusing LinkedIn. And I think they've taken it a bit too far. And I think some people are getting caught in the crosshairs that shouldn't be, and it's unfortunate. So what's happening is they're cracking down on spammers and cracking down on the usage of automation and tools. And so what happens is when people use automation, they visit a bunch of profiles automatically at once, which not at once, I mean in the same day, right? They're visiting a lot of profiles and it's the software that's doing that. So what happens is if you do that, or let's say you even are manually doing it, but it looks suspicious, they're going to send you a warning that you need to watch it, right? They might send you a slap on the wrist. This could be the same thing if you're sending too many connection requests, okay? They're gonna warn you before they just go out and permanently ban you. But I think it's like 3 strikes, you're out, is what I'm hearing, because they will warn you again a second time, but apparently they don't really tell you like why they're slapping you on the wrist and warning you. And then I guess the 3rd time they permanently ban your account, and you get an email saying you've, gone against our terms of service. We've warned you before, your account is permanently terminated. And this is obviously detrimental to some people, especially ones who use LinkedIn. Matt said speed dating. That's amazing, right, Matt? Can you imagine if you could use automation for speed dating? I mean, I bet you can. That's so great. That's a really good point. So what's happening is these poor people that aren't even using automation now, but maybe they did in the past, or maybe they hired someone who did something, and then it just so happens that now they're trying to ramp up their LinkedIn efforts themselves and they're viewing profiles. But some lady that I talked to the other day said she only viewed like 20 profiles in a day, and she got an email banning her account permanently. And so what's happening is these accounts are banned permanently. They won't let you do anything about it. And then you have to know someone at LinkedIn or know people that know people at LinkedIn to get you access to someone on their customer support team to talk to and explain your case. And then they can maybe reinstate your account. But this is a massive thing going on right now. And the reason I'm bringing this up to you guys is just to warn you to be careful if you guys are leveraging automation at all, or even if you have someone helping you with your LinkedIn and you're sending a bunch of connection requests or you're visiting a bunch of profiles, be careful. If you haven't been warned before, it's not that big of a deal because they're going to warn you before you do anything. But especially if you've been warned before, watch out because they are cracking down, and it is a giant pain in the butt for people who have to deal with this to get their accounts back, especially people that are leveraging LinkedIn to grow their business. So just a word of warning there for you on that. So yes, Cameron, I am very familiar with Duck Soup. I actually had a course back in 2017 on how to leverage Duck Soup in a nice way and not abuse it, but we don't leverage automation much anymore. But yes, I am very familiar with Duck Soup. It was actually the very first automation tool that I ever used on LinkedIn back in the day, and I had a successful course around that too. So just be careful if you guys are using it. I know automation still works, but if you guys are using it, be careful. So speaking of that, if you guys aren't leveraging, going back to what I was saying with that, the free version, if you're on the free version of LinkedIn, you really need to be careful because just like anything, the more you pay, the more you can do and get away with. So people that I have known that have been getting their account, or I don't know them, but I've been hearing and they've been reaching out via their friends, have been having their accounts banned. They're on the free version of LinkedIn, but apparently some of them are on the premium version as well. But I don't think hardly anyone on Sales Navigator is getting their account banned. I'm not saying to go buy Sales Navigator and abuse LinkedIn. That's not what I'm saying. But my point is, if you guys want to ramp up your efforts on LinkedIn and you're serious about it for using it for business development and growing your brand, Sales Navigator is amazing. And I actually have a 60-day trial for you guys if you want to try it out. So I'm an affiliate for Sales Navigator. And right now, you can go to Sales Navigator right now and try it out for 30 days, but they don't have a 60-day offer unless you're an affiliate. So I got you guys if you want it. I'm going to post the link right now in the comments, and then I'll post it again in this description if you guys want to try out Sales Navigator, because it is amazing. You can get so specific and find the most ideal people to build your business around, partner with, possible clients. I mean, it's just incredible, really. You can only reach out to people who have been active in the last 30 days. So at Mod Girl, we do a lot of training and consulting and strategy around how teams can better leverage Sales Navigator to get results. And, you know, it's crazy powerful. Matt says, good news, the nav saves me again. I know, right, Matt? Same. Jennifer, I do not offer Mod Legion Masters anymore because it's so outdated. Eventually I probably will though. So on that note, you guys, what's happening with people and marketing teams right now is they're trying to capture demand instead of create demand. And that's why we do what we do at LinkedIn. That's why I'm here with you guys, with LinkedIn at Mod Girl, obviously. And that's why I'm here helping you guys to encourage you to create demand and not just capture it. So what happens is traditional marketing, they're just waiting around. These marketing teams are waiting around to capture that existing market that's searching for your products and services. The problem is that's only like 1% of people. The majority of people are not actively out there looking for your services, but they will need it, you know, and they might need it now and they might not realize it. So what you guys have to do is spend your time capturing the 99% that isn't necessarily ready or looking to buy. They might be ready to buy, but they don't even know it yet, and create that demand, so that brand affinity. And you do that by providing value and creating content and getting involved and reaching out to people. And so that's where the huge wins come, is when you're capturing that 99% of the market that everyone else isn't going after, because your competitors, a lot of them are still either lazy or old school, or they're doing traditional marketing and they're just waiting for people. So they're capturing people in PPC and SEO, and they're just waiting for those people who are typing in those keywords to go and find them. Where the people that are, if you want to dominate your market as a brand or even as an individual, you have to be going out there and putting your brand out there, creating content, creating value, sparking up conversations, okay? That's going to drive awareness. It's going to differentiate you and your brand from everyone else. And it's going to create influence, the influence that you need to lead your industry and do big things. And that's exactly why we do what we do at Mod Girls, to help companies do that. But I'm bringing this up so you guys have this again in your head, that it's not just waiting around for people who are ready to buy your services. Like, you have to go out there and help people, create value, talk about why people need your services, and apply it to real world examples and storytelling. And so when you're actually proactive about this and you're creating demand from content, from reaching out to people, even if it's outreach messages, I mean, you can still do some old school tactics with this, but demand generation is so incredibly powerful right now on LinkedIn. And again, I just told you guys that only 3% of people, according to some stats I just read today, are posting on LinkedIn. That's a huge opportunity for you guys to create that demand and get those clients, those partners, that attention that you need to grow the business. So it's just a reminder for you guys to go out there and make that happen, because there is such an amazing opportunity right now with LinkedIn. Tony says, as a defense against being banned from LinkedIn is to regularly download all your contacts as a CSV file and collect their email addresses on a spreadsheet. I use Sales Navigator and save emails as a routine. Tony, you are awesome. I am so glad you brought that up. You are so right. Everyone, listen to Tony. You should do this anyway, okay? Even if you're not visiting lots of profiles, do this anyway. Go to your LinkedIn account today, export all of your connections so you have them in a file, and then you can leverage tools like Sales Navigator, et cetera, to grab their email addresses, or other tools as well to do this. But that is a very, very, very good point, Tony. So in case, the unfortunate event happens that for some odd reason y'all get banned from LinkedIn and you don't want to miss out on all of the amazing connections that you have built over the years, export them, save it as a file on your Google Drive or wherever you do, and bam, you have those contacts saved, heaven forbid, in case something were to happen and you didn't have access to those. So thank you, Tony, for bringing that up. I love that. It's a really good point. We've talked about that before too. So thank you for that. So that is it. We are a little bit over the 30 minutes. So obviously, lots going on in LinkedIn right now. Try out polls, try out the PDFs, try out creator mode, download your contacts just to protect you in case anything happens, and keep me in mind for you or any connections that are ready to ramp up LinkedIn, or they're looking for a LinkedIn speaker or trainer. I would be more than happy to help them, and I'd be more than happy to send you 15% commissions to do so. All right? So let me know if you guys have any questions or anything else for me, and we will wrap up here today. I will keep you posted on these other new updates that I am finding that are rolling out from on LinkedIn that's taking a while to roll out, the things that I just mentioned. So I'll let you know on that. And please, if you guys come across any new tips or any new updates, I would love for you to message me. That's how I found out about the 3,000 character count, is one of my connections actually messaged me and told me about it. And then I was able to make a post and tell you guys about it. So I obviously try to keep up with as much as I can on LinkedIn front, but I would, if you guys have anything, any new updates, anything you've heard about, the new marketplace, the Fiverr, similar to Fiverr, LinkedIn Marketplace, I heard that from my connection too. So keep me in the loop. If you guys have any updates, let me know. I'd be more than happy to share them out to my network and you guys. So keep me posted. And if there's anything I can do to help you guys, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a month. Probably before then, I'm probably going to be doing some more LinkedIn lives coming up. So be on the lookout for that. And let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. All right. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and weekend, and talk soon.